Okay, and it's day 5 again. The most likely final day has begun. Oh, well, yeah. Let's just call it the final day for now. And let's step outside. And there's Kim. Does he have anything to say to us?
Yes?
No, not right now. That's okay then. So what do I want to do today? We want to talk to the Hardy Boys. That might be a good first step. But since we are near it anyways, I could also just quickly go to the church, because that's near the boardwalk, and just go back there. And, you know, check the boardwalk itself. Oh, what's that? Blood drips from your knuckles to the sand. Drip, drip, drip. Yeah, can we still interact with it?
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter, caustic taste on the tip of your tongue as you look at the handset. Life is garbage.
Okay, let's go. And let's walk up here. Is there anything else now that the pigs are gone? No, nothing right now. Let's go up here. Up.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on. That is awful. Cover your nose.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it. Keep it in now. Don't overreact.
What is it? What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
Okay, and this says, careful there, these floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Let's examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Okay. Let's look at this first. This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Let's take a look at the body now.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
Let's examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Let's study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Let's examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say. No, just this one on the back of his head. No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Let's step on the floorboards.
The boards screech under the weight of the T500 ceramic sabatons. It's a good thing they're so light, because it's hard to determine whether it was the dead man's weight that caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Let's examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits, with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Let's examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Let's look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Let's step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south, the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad. This is an omen, a sign from above, that you need to stop drinking.
He looks like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse. What we're witnessing here is a demise of a great party beast. That leather jacket, an empty vodka bottle, kiss your fingers. Looks like just another old drunkard to me. I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything yet. I'll go with the second one.
The wedding ring.
The lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand. The flesh around it swollen grey.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, But what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
We should consider the possibility that we're dealing with a sequence killer here.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies. This is a completely different case. An accident.
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
What if he witnessed something? All of this could be staged. We don't know the exact cause of death.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Do you think he was drunk? Point at the bottle.
Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Okay, so obviously I've played this game before and I know where this storyline leads, and it's very well written and acted, and it's quite touching. But we are doing a bad cop run here, so we should probably not pursue this case ourselves. We should just be lazy and say that the station should do it. We don't want to spend time on this. Of course, in my first playthrough, which is also on my channel, I did this thing. I did this whole quest line, so if you really want to see it, it's there. But in this playthrough, the bad cop prevails. We can't be bothered with this shit. Let's leave this case for the station. I don't want to spend time on it.
Alright, the station is going to want details, however. Let's examine that library card you found on the man's body, see if it has any clues. Then we can call the station from my kinema and hand over the case.
Okay. And it is going to lead to dialogue I have never seen before, because I've never handed off the case. And I have seen playthroughs of this game on YouTube. I also haven't seen anyone hand off the case, so that's something I haven't seen before. A library card found from a pocket of the dead man on the Martinez Boardwalk. It's slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of Jamrock Public Library. Let's read it.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Let's look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Let's look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Okay.
We already decided to let the station handle this case, so there's no need for us to call the library.
That is true.
Good. We've examined the library card. That should be enough for our colleagues. Now we can call the station from my kinema and hand over the case.
Now, of course, honestly, for the bereaved, it's probably better that I'm not gonna be the one breaking the news, because would you want this guy to break some tragic news to you? That sounds horrible, so it's probably better for them anyways. Moonshine probably smells like tasty fermentation. Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Okay. So with that done, I guess we're gonna go back to Martinez proper. We're gonna make a call on the Kenema. And then we're gonna talk to Titus Hardy to make him give up Ruby's location. Right. Martinez waterfront. There we are. Let's take a look at the Kenema.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Let's pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez Boardwalk.
One moment.
You can hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build, looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
There might be a sequence killer on the loose.
A sequence killer? Are you suggesting that this might be connected to the case you're working on?
No, we are not. There is no evidence to suggest that this man was connected to the lynching, or that we are dealing with a sequence killer here. It looked like a simple accident to me, Alice. No field autopsy necessary.
No field autopsy necessary.
She repeats.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
Assign it to someone else, Alice. We've got enough on our plate.
Great. I'll give it to your colleagues. You don't have to worry about the case anymore. We'll send our officers to take away the body. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm done with the radio now and the call.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see...
Okay, wonderful. So that's taken care of. And again, I don't want this guy breaking tragic news to me. That would be horrible. So let's go inside and talk to the Hardy Boys. Maybe make them give up where Ruby might be hiding. Oh, Morella's
Just
back
dragged
here.
her away, huh? Stone cold. Didn't think you had it in you.
Oh yeah, classy, of course. I didn't have what in me to arrest her?
Yeah, you ruthless son of a bitch. I certainly didn't have it in me. I always let the pretty ones go. I'm soft-like by it.
Yeah, like when we let old Clancy's widow walk.
Oh, Denise, the diner girl. The milk rack on that one.
He says almost elegically. I don't know what that word means, and I certainly have never heard it pronounced. Elegically? I hope I'm not mispronouncing it too bad, but let's
Can't
move on.
say I wasn't sad to see her go. Our Clausia there. Her face when your friend walked her out. Goddamn.
He shakes his head. Hold up, her face. What did it look like?
Like she was walking to the gallows.
He avoided looking her straight in the eye. You would have too.
1/3 of humanity will be culled and you're worried about a single lamb? Fuck with the sun, boy. Get burned. That was the normal thing to do. She was a flight risk. I'm a cop. Oh my god, she had a sad face. I'm so sorry I made her sad. Fuck with the sun, boy. Get burned.
God damn you, son boy. I guess there's nothing to do about it now. I just hope she can game her way through the system and come out the other way. Don't think I forgot how I specifically let you know how I felt about her arrest either. Now, what do you want?
Okay, I talked to Clausia, now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. because she's your real leader, I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I have seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need to pin this on someone, and I've decided to pin it on her. I suspect she killed the victim, that's why. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. She's a suspect in another case I'm investigating, a drug smuggling. I'm not gonna say that straightforwardly. I suspect she killed the victim, that's why.
Sounds like you wanna push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips, the big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Oh boy! Wow, so we have a +7 and we're at 8%. Because my logic is just absolutely marvelous. I'm gonna have to boost that. I'm gonna have to boost my logic here. Let me quickly take a look. What can I do? Do we have logic clothing? Was logic the one I have actually a lot for? Let me see. That's a logic hat. That's minus logic. Conceptualization is that? Wait, I think, wasn't this one? This is plus logic. I think one of the shirts was plus logic, right? That's plus logic. Do I have glasses that are plus logic? Viscalc. Savoir-faire. Empathy minus logic. So no logic glasses for us right now. I don't think we have logic shoes. That doesn't seem like there could be any connection made between those. This is empathy. This is just composure. Oh, logic glasses. There we go. Wonderful. So that's 4 more logic. So what's not giving us logic right now? Our pants are not giving us logic. Our shoes and our gloves are not giving us logic. And our tie is not giving us logic. But I don't think there's anything like that here right now. That's electrochem, that's interfacing. That's drama. That's not helpful. We don't have a lot of pants anyways, so... Oh, what does this say? We haven't read the flavor text yet. +2 encyclopedia. Discover your inner bino. -1 perception, nausea-inducing hell glasses. Whose idiotic idea were square and beige plastic frames anyways? Beige is a color that does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. Okay, so that's all the stuff we can do from our clothes. We can put points into logic if we fail the check, so that's not a big deal. But I'm going to grab some more cigarettes, I think. We should get some anyways. After all, I think we've run out, right? We are out of cigarettes? Yes, we're out of cigarettes. Damn, we need some anyways. It's good to have them on you. It's always good to have cigarettes on you in this game. Let's go into Frit, see what they have. What? Logic check? Or not logic check, intellect. The yellow roses in the window, those aren't the flowers that were left for class here. Okay.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Okay, give me Astra cigarettes.
Here you go, mister.
How many are those? How many charges? I don't know, let's just buy 2 packs.
Here you go, mister.
I think we have enough alcohol so far. Let me take a look. Tools. We have 2 charges of Pilsner. We have 1 charge of the brew. Oh, we are running out of alcohol, huh? We have some Pyrrolidon, 7 charges. We have 3 charges of Preptide and 12 charges of regular speed. Yeah, we need a little more alcohol. Yeah, let's buy some
A
alcohol.
colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles lined the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
I guess we're gonna go with our classic Commodore Red.
Here you go, mister.
There we go. That's some more alcohol. How much is that? Wait, Commodore Red is 1 charge? Really, just 1 charge? It's not much. Do we get another potent Pilsner as well?
A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged. Here you go,
There we
mister.
go. Just so we have a little more of that. How many charges of that do we have now? 6 charges. Okay, that's better. That's better. And just in case, you know.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay,
Let's get one
here.
more
I
Hypnogamma.
hope Saint Baptiste.
There we go. Wonderful. That should help us survive a little bit longer, because we might say some awful things in the near future, so I might just need that to recharge my lost morale. There we are. Also, one thing, did we want to internalize something? I don't quite remember. Did we want to internalize something but we didn't have the skill points to forget something, or am I misremembering that? No, not that. Not that, not that. No. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's take out some cigarettes. There they are. 8 charges of Astra cigarettes. Very nice. There we go. There's the cigarettes. Now let's talk to Titus. There we go.
It's you again. What is it?
Let's try that logic check. 72. Now that's an improvement.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
Okay, if you say so.
She was here all night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here during all that time.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
He points at the karaoke stage. She didn't go to the toilet.
No.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
That's right.
That's one mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
There were pinball machines in the workshop still operational. It doesn't really matter. I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints? Recent?
Recent, not recent, a week or two. Recent, but they didn't fit with any of yours in the scene, Ruby included. There were prints there with horizontal lines. Recent, a week or two.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that cop. Good news is, I'm still listening.
Guess what? Remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, cop. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd been there for 20 years at least.
She could have put it back there once she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
We